because as we talked about a couple of weeks ago, Nancy, you'll remember this, when Merritt came in and things were more chaotic, she had a harder time. But when we started organizing the search by doing straight lines, she became more methodical in her thought process. So we're working methodical, but slightly chaotic. Especially this one is a little bit more chaotic. So I have a couple goals for you guys today. One, you'll notice the cone setup. I want you to work your start line. I want you to make sure when you bring this dog up to the start, whether they're in a sit, a down, or a stand or whatever, A, they don't cross this threshold until you're prepared to send them into search. That's rule number one. Rule number two, this I'm saying for my friend Benji. I don't want you going into search if you're not in the right mind frame to search. So thoughtful dogs get to go search. Crazy dogs don't search until they've taken it down a notch. So really start to cultivate the reward for you being calm at the setup. And even if it's just a, that's okay. Even if it's just 3 seconds of, that's better than insane. If you can wait, I think Merritt will do this and I think Rosie will do this. I'm not sure about my friend Benji. I think once he understands that he has to be a little bit calmer, he'll start to do it. But I want to start to look for some sort of acknowledgement that I'm coming in here to do scent work. Oftentimes what you see is the dog sets up, they'll acknowledge with their eyes the fact that something's going on, and then they might even acknowledge with their nose and do some air scenting. So start to look for that. I want my dog walking into the game with the right mind frame. Okay? We are going to take, I want to just break this apart so they're not going from one search to the other without.
Are you supposed to kind of like have a plan when you go in, or not necessarily because you want your dog actually leading?
So here's the problem with that, Mary. You can only go into so much of a plan because you don't know ultimately what your search environment is going to look like until you get there. But my plan is I'm going to be consistent and set my dog up for success and bring them to the line in the most thoughtful form I can. From there, it's the dog's responsibility to fall back on the training that we've done.
Okay.
So do I have plans? I always have plans when I train. I look at the dog and I say, Benji loves nose work. Thank you so much, Ellen. Benji loves nose work so much that he wants to go balls to the wall, and by the time he gets out of his excitement zone, he's like, here, he's missed a quarter of the search. So I want to still keep all of that excitement, but take it back a notch so he's thoughtfully excited. He's more mindful about things. Okay. So that's where I plan. I plan all of my training sessions out based upon the weaknesses of the dog, and based upon things that I say, you know what? I haven't addressed shapes, or I haven't addressed, Ellen did a great thing, she did some stuff in her cabinets. She was addressing some depth. Okay, you go in and go deep and you can still find stuff. So that's where I have my plan. When I show, my plan is yes, I have a plan getting to the start line. From there, it's the responsibility of the dog.
Put you away.
Okay, let's have a, as you see, we have a circle here. Dogs naturally want to gravitate towards the left or the right. So I want you to think, if you have a dog that retrieves, when they come in to pick up their dumbbell and they turn back, do they turn to the left? Do they turn to the right? Do you know that answer? If you, Nancy must know the answer. If you don't know the answer, does Benji spin? Does he do any trick where he has to turn one way or the other?
He is like a whirling dervish when it comes to like a food, or if he wants to go out, he just
okay. And does he typically circle in the same direction?
I think I'm visualizing him. I think he I think he goes to the right.
Okay, so when you bring him out, I want you to get him excited and try to get that spinning motion.
Okay.
Notice which side he turns to,
Okay.
okay? And you tell me, because I'm actually gonna have him do the opposite side. Because what starts to happen is we're the same way. I don't know how you guys put on your pants, but I put on my pants with the left leg every single time, doesn't matter what. And if I tried to put it on with my right leg, I would fall over. Dogs are the same way. They get used to coming into environments in one particular direction. I want to start to cultivate more ambidextrous scenting. What's going to happen if you don't is they're going to come in and their inclination is always to check this way first. Remember, these are timed events, and even though time doesn't make or break whether you pass or fail, time sometimes does make or break how you pass, whether you're going to come in first or whether you're not going to get a placement at all. So let's start to just strengthen those muscles in both directions. So you tell me, you're going to have to remind me again, you tell me.
Take her to the right.
Okay, so Rosie's going to go to the right, so go ahead, bring her up.
Are we gonna do this on leash or off leash?
I want you on the leash.
Okay.
Okay? And here's what I want for you to do.
June, will your dog bark,
So just don't bark.
howl,
Scream.
scream?
Would you prefer in a crate? I can put her in a crate.
I think Rosie will be fine with her as long as she's quiet.
I'll take her out.
Does she need to be held?
Well, last time I had her here, she sat in a crate without a peep. But
So
who knows?
put her in the crate for Rosie's run and then take her back out. Or if you think she's being nice and quiet. So you set her up like she's getting ready to do her work. There's two. One is in the Chobani, the other one's in the pink box. Ready? Okay. I don't know if anyone noticed that Rosie cleared her nostrils before she went in. Oh, keep walking her around, Ellen. She's incredibly thorough, Ellen. I really, really like it. Keep walking her, there's more.
Good girl.
Good.
You were proud of yourself for that one.
Good.
Good job.
I know it. Doing good. Walk her around. Look over.
Good girl. Nice. Good.
Let's finish the circle. Come on out. Very good.
Okay, you did
Very
it.
good. I love this part.
Come on, we're all done.
We're just starting, Rosie. It's fine, but you have to get out again.
Can I try? Oh my God.
And you sit.
Get him in his thinking
There
mindset.
you go. And you sit. Well, you don't have to. You can just watch
As long as he watches, make sure that he knows what he's doing. And he does. Okay, go ahead, send it.
that. Good boy.
We missed the back side of this box. So I want you to walk her. Ooh, good. These are my heels. Hot on my heels.
Good boy. Good boy. Good. Good
You having trouble, huh? I think there's a crumb in here.
Is there a crumb?
Yeah, from.
Give it a get, give it a knockout.
Yes. Good job. Good job.
Very nice.
Good boy.
Good, all right, go ahead.
Good boy, Ben. You gonna lay down like Rosie? Huh? Oh my God.
He did.
And I find that most dogs tend to turn that way.
Yeah,
Whether he goes right
if that's
back,
his habit.
whether it's a habit or whether he's not the stuff. So
All right, go ahead, send it
she's
through.
watching. She's seeing that one on the left. Oh no, no, she's on the right. Even though she
Oh,
saw
she's
that,
with
she
us.
saw that one.
Nice job checking. Awesome. Good job, kid. You guys are doing a really nice job with your leashes and making sure you're not interfering with the movement of the dog. And that's the other great thing with circles. The circles encourage that nice flow. You getting dizzy yet?
He is sitting here thinking, what the
One more in the
hell?
little box?
Very thoroughly, which I'm very happy about.
Yeah.
Good.
Good job, Mary.
All right.
That's awesome. That was wonderful.
Very
Good
nice.
job. That was very nice.
Okay. So I'm gonna give these back to you. And we are gonna start this baby over